Oh, hey guys. Today's video is in bed. I'm sick and I don't want to lay on the floor, and I just want to be in bed. So that's what you get today. Today we're going to be talking about DMPCs. Before we get into that though, we've got a sponsor for this video. Today's sponsor is Nerdarchy with the out-of-the-box encounters. I've definitely talked about them before. You guys really know what it is, but seriously, you have to go check this thing out. It is a whole book made by guys who are D&D YouTubers like myself, who made a bunch of encounters in 5th edition. Their Kickstarter already ended, and there's a late backing pledge option that you could go do right now so that you can have the book yourself. I even have an encounter in it if you want something that I've written, so go check it out. There's a link in the description. Dungeon Master Player Characters. I think these can be sometimes the plague of really bad D&D games. I read an RPG horror story a little while ago called All Aboard the Dragon Age Railroad, and it's hilarious and a really great example of games I personally really don't like to play. Oftentimes in D&D games we can organize the NPCs into four categories: patrons, allies, villains, and neutral. Patrons are people that give things to the party, so they're willing to give up certain things to help them. So for example, a shopkeeper or a town guard with information, something like that. An ally is somebody that traveled with the party to accomplish a similar goal, or to help them, or for the party to help them accomplish something. A villain is somebody who actively opposes the party, and neutral NPCs are the random wandering old man who seeks to give wisdom to wandering adventurers who don't know where the nearest dungeon entrance is. But there's one of these that you really shouldn't put in your game, that a lot of people end up putting in their game, or unintentionally do. And they're called, I like to call them, heroes, or DMPCs. This is basically a party member disguised as an NPC. The DM likely has a character sheet for them and they act of their own volition and travel with the party. I call them heroes because that's what they are. These hero NPCs pretty much take everything away from your players and shouldn't be included in your games. At least that's what this little sick boy has to say. Let's create an example. So in Curse of Strahd, the players can encounter an NPC by the name of Esmeralda. She is a vampire hunter lady that lives in Kresk. She also wants to defeat Strahd, and her backstory kind of revolves around Strahd and Barovia, and she can join the party and help them defeat Strahd. Would this not make her a hero or a DMPC? No. First of all, she's completely optional. The players don't even have to encounter her. She's actually in a very specific part of one dungeon, and if they find her, then she's in the game. And even then, they have to convince her to join them. Quote from the book: "If the characters seem committed to fighting Strahd, she abandons her plans and offers to join forces with them." The problem with DMPCs is that they don't need the party. They could do this adventure all on their own and are only helping the party because they're just such a good guy. Sure, allies, the NPC type, can be more powerful than the player characters, but that doesn't mean they have to share the same motivations. If you have an NPC in your game that makes the player's heroic accomplishments completely meaningless, you've got a problem. Think for a second. If you're a DM and your players do not exist in your world, what would happen? If your answer is that the world would be completely screwed, then good job, you did it. Get A+, you get a gold sticker from me. It is realistic to have another group of people accomplishing the same exact goal that the players are trying to accomplish, but it isn't fun at all. Imagine Lord of the Rings, and Frodo and Sam are taking the ring to Mordor to destroy it and unite Middle-earth. And then they find out that there are 2 other hobbits who are also delivering a ring to Mordor that, if thrown into the fires of Mount Doom, will also unite all the kingdoms of Middle-earth. Then what the fuck are Frodo and Sam even doing? Unless your party is completely evil and their whole plan is that they want to screw over everything, and even then I don't think that's a very fun campaign to play in. Villains, especially, can have the DMPC complex, where they are effectively heroes in the DM's mind, but are painted to be bad guys so that they can oppose the players. This is a really big problem too. Basically, the villains are the DM's baby, so they never die, they have a god complex, and they always outsmart the players, and the players can never defeat them, and they feel useless. Mordenkainen himself is in Curse of Strahd. He's there, and the players can find him, and even then, all-powerful Mordenkainen is like, can't kill Strahd, he's way too powerful, and we'll all die. They have to convince him to join them, and even then he's kind of reluctant about it. The NPC can be a super powerful, epic, cool guy, but it doesn't matter if they just go, don't worry, I'll join you because I'm going to do the right thing. No! That's the player's job! The player's job is to be the heroes and to defeat the bad guy and do all the cool stuff. There isn't some other random guy who joins them and goes from the DM. That's the player's job. The cool part about Curse of Strahd in particular, and why I'm using it as such an example, is it does a really good job at making the heroes feel like heroes. Because there are tons of people in the past who have died from killing Strahd. And what's great is that the players are the only ones who actually make progress. So anyways, this video is just about basically making your players feel like heroes and not making them feel like they're just big dumb idiots who are walking around doing nothing whatsoever, and there's these other cool guys who are doing all this stuff. That's the biggest thing. I think you should apply this to your games if you want your players to have a little bit more fun, or at least stop putting DMPCs in your games. You can have allies, and allies are basically characters, NPCs, who have to be convinced to work with the party, or they have completely different motivations, but you can't have all the same, because that should just be another character, and you're the Dungeon Master, and you're not a player. You're a player at the table because you're the Dungeon Master, but you're not another player, as in, like, I get to play another character kind of person. Anyways, that's the end of the video. I'm going to keep ranting about this for another hour if I don't stop. I'm going to be sick again, drink some Dayquil, and play Jedi Fallen Order. Hee hee. Also, go check out Nerdarchy.